Jessy here, and welcome today to a new pick-a card reading. Now guys, in this pick-a card reading, we're going to look at how attractive you truly are. So yes, we're going to rate you from 1 to 10. And I hope that you guys will see this as a fun reading today. So if you're interested in how other people perceive you and what they find attractive about you and how mostly you are being rated, then this is the video for you to watch today. So guys, as you can see, I have prepared 4 different card piles that will bring you the answer of today. So you get to choose from group 1, group number 2, group number 3, and group number 4. So take a moment right now to go into your own energy, focus upon that question to how attractive you are. And then pick one of these 4 piles that you see in front of you. And when you've done that, go down below in the comment box or in the description box so you find the timestamp that will bring you directly to your reading. Now guys, keep in mind all the readings that I do on my channel are general readings, so only take what resonates with you. But if you would like, you can always book a personal reading with me on my website, which is www.angeliceclipse.com. So for now, we're going to start off with group number 1, and all the other groups I'll see you at the click of your timestamp. Hi there, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. So you're here because you're drawn to this beautiful feather. Let's take a moment to catch up with this beautiful feather. So it has orange and black colors within it, and it stands for the Oriole. And I can see here that a lot of people first off find you to be very, very attractive because you're somewhat of a creative spirit. There is something about you that's different than other people. And I feel like that is something that people find to be a little bit liberating around you. And that makes you fascinating and just different than other people. And should you say like different is not sexy, to so many different is sexy because so many are just tired of the regular, people that they always see, and they want to be sparked again, and they want to see something that they've been looking for. And sometimes people don't look for the ordinary, we tend to look at the extraordinary. And with that creative spirit, that spark of you, that energetic thing, it's kind of like this energy, but this vibration that you have draws people in. It's fascinating to see you. There's something that's mysterious about you, and that makes you very sexy. So yes, they think like the main thing that makes you pretty attractive here is that you're creative. So let's see here at the cards to see what we might get in terms of being you, what makes you as a characteristics very attractive. So first off here, we have the 4 of Pentacles. Now the 4 of Pentacles I'm seeing here is someone who just love the things that they're doing, and they're very, very passionate about the things that they're doing. So you might be a little bit outspoken about your ideas, and you might hold on very tight to your own ideas. Now some people find that to be very very sexy because they see that as being someone that's very passionate. So there's always like a down and an up from certain traits, and I can see this trait being a positive side as they see someone who's very, very particularly passionate about certain things in life, and seeing someone who's that energetic and so full of life regarding the things that they find that matters. A lot of people will find that attractive about you. I also see here that a lot of people find it attractive about you that you're willing to work so well with other people. You're very easy to be around with. You're very easy to communicate with. They don't find it hard to be around you. You might just have like that relaxing, calming energy around you that makes it super easy for people to feel at ease around you. So the fact that you work easily with others, that you communicate pretty lightly, and I feel like you always take people thoughts in your consideration, makes you very, very likable and lovable around people. They're also very much, and this is like the part of that teamwork that you have. A lot of people think that you're very soft-hearted, that you really have a heart, that you have a lot of empathy regarding other people. And I feel like that is the way that you trade or that your whole character is kind of like formed. You're very you're very creative, you're on the softer side. um you're definitely kind of like one of the kind. You're not hard to get along with. You take it easy. You don't get like stressed up pretty quickly. You really think about your others, and I feel like that is what makes like a good friend, and also like a good companion, and also like a good partner. You're pretty easygoing, and your heart is really in the right place, so people find it easy also to talk to you about things, and they know that they will find the comfort in you. So those are the things that really makes you attractive. Also, along with that creative side, I can see here within the Fool that you're someone who actually dares to take a risk, and that is because your creativity might be like your spark, your guidance. So sometimes you don't think much about all the risk that might be going on. You just take the risk and see where it goes. And some people might think that's scary, but at the same time, people find it to be very sexy, and it shows that you have confidence. And it might not always work out the way you want it to, or the way people want it to, but in the end, it's all about the courage that you show, and that people find that to be very sexy and attractive about you. So from now, when I'm feeling like energetically, I would say still this is a level 5 attraction, because the reason I'm saying like it's a level 5, I'm not seeing very chemistry attraction. I'm seeing a lot of behavioral attraction. So yes, I'm going to be very, very honest. I've done like one of these before, and maybe I was like a little bit nice in that, but let's see. Oh, look at this, where we're talking about this. As I said, like people find your courage to be very sexy. I'm rating it too low, because the angels are like, no, it's like a femme fatale, I'm like, but then, like a femme fatale is like a really hot person. So yeah, they're saying like I'm rating you too low. I'm being like a little bit too hard. They're having like too much fun with this reading. But yes, so courage is something, yes, that a lot of people find to be sexy. It's like sometimes, the greatest leader have like this energy and this chemistry, and it really, I'm going to give them like they're right. It's not a 5. What should I give it? Like an 8, a 7ish, an 8. Okay, 7, an 8. Because I find like people who are courageous or sexy. I mean, who doesn't like heroes? Like, if I think about it, yes, the courage part does tend to make you very sexy. You take risks that other people just wouldn't dare to take, and that makes you pretty sexy. I feel like that's, alongside with it, creativity, that's going to be like your most wanted assets like that you have. Also, you might be in a really great physique, or you might be like in a very good health stadium, and people might say, what that has to do with being attractive or not. But think about it, if someone is sick or something is like that, and I don't mean that to offend like anyone, please, I don't, but just if someone is sick, it does affect your outer appearance, and in ways like naturally people don't tend to go to people who are sick. That's just kind of like a natural habit, because we want to kind of like make healthy offspring. So not in offending of anyone, please guys, I'm not here to offend anyone, because I really don't. But because you have like maybe this glow, because maybe your physique is awesome, and all kind of like things like that, it shows that you're very healthy, and people are very drawn to that. Like naturally people are drawn to that. So yes, now I'm getting like why the angels are like, you're rating this group too low, because yes, I didn't have like all the cards then, okay? You didn't. So yes, that's kind of like one of the things that is really important, why people find you to be very attractive. Next up, we've got here the Strength card, which goes pretty well with actually the Courage card. You're strong. I can feel also like you're physically very strong, no matter like which gender you are. So people find that to be very sexy. But you also have a strong personality, which also makes you very sexy. And we were also talking about this already. You have like this energy that is like going everywhere, and people love people who are overall energetic, who are overall high in their energy. Not always, but we tend to move towards these people. The reason for that is they make us happy. They kind of like, oftentimes we lack so much energy that when we see people who are high in energy, we're like, oh dang, you know, everything is going well with them. And you know, people tend to be drawn to you because of that. And that's something that you should really take with you, because that's something that's really beautiful. If you're like always happy, the peppy, and always like high in energy, that is very, very sexy, and that's very cute as well. So let's see what else we have coming up here for you. Flawless. Forgive. Oh my gosh, sweetie. We already knew this, but the magical power to be able to forgive someone makes you literally super hot. I can say it, like, it makes you literally super, super hot. And also the way that during this all, having like this soft heart and everything, and being able to set your boundaries. So again, people like the way that you take control over your life and over yourself and guard yourself. So boundaries are something that, yeah, people like that about you. People like that you're a self-confident person and that you're willing to show that, but in a good way, you know, not to offend anyone, but just honoring yourself in this whole thing. So let's see here what else we have. You're very understanding. And I already talked about this in the card of the King of Cups, about forgiving, you know, about working. You're very, very understanding. You are able to walk a mile in another person's shoes, and this makes you super attractive to people because you're that empathic. Not many people can do this, by the way, but it's something that really it makes you very sexy to the other sexes, but also just as a person. Oh wow. And lastly, we have the card of manifest. And it seems like for many people, no matter what you're doing in life, it almost seems to be good to you. So people find it super attractive that no matter what you, and especially with all of these traits, you know, you being so enthusiastic and having like a lot of energy, doing things your own way, and it does seems to work always for you. And that is eventually what kind of like brings this whole circle together, that it seems like you're living your best life and you're doing the things that just seems important to you. And that makes you a super attractive person. So now, having like all the facts, yes, rating you from 1 to 10, I would say I would put you between an 8 and a 9. And the reason for that is because confidence, having like that confidence, like a femme fatale, or I don't know, like a male fatale or something like that, and bringing it all together and being like this beautiful of a person makes you extremely attractive to other people. So yes, angels, I was like too quick to, you know, say my opinion like halfway through this journey, but now finishing, you are between an 8 and a 9. Let me know down below what you think of it, and I hope to see you in another video. And if you happen to like this one, be sure to give it a like. Bye. Hi there, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. So you're because you're drawn to this beautiful duck feather. So yes, it's a really beautiful green, bluish, grayish feather. So let's see what the duck says. The duck finds comfort and balance in simple ways. You have support all around you. So the main reason I feel people find you attractive is that there is something very comfortable, very easygoing about you here, group number 2. There is this whole relaxing vibe around you that people just tend to kind of like slow down in their everyday going when they're around you. You bring calmness to the group, you bring balance to the group, and that is what people find attractive about you. But I'm not going to rate you in any way now. We're going to look at all your cards before I kind of like give a verdict, because we have to look like at the full package. before we see like what's going on. So definitely I can see here a very easygoing person. People tend to come to you, relax. You might have many friends because of your relaxing energy. So why people also tend to like you a lot is because you are pretty good with dealing with stress. Oh my gosh, you can carry like the whole weight of the world on your shoulder, but still you're going to stand straight and just being like, okay, what the heck, I can do this. And it's kind of like the resilience, kind of like all the effort you put in. It's like that's pretty awesome. I tend to kind of like get why people find you to be comforting, because if you can handle stress in a really great way, then you're a great person to be around. So I feel like people tend to be around you when things get stressy or something like that, and they're like, I know who has the answer, I know who I have to be with to de-stress or something. At the same time, people find you to be pretty sexy because you are very you can act really fast, and in that way you are someone who's a problem resolver. I feel like you are a very quick thinker, you're a very logical and practical sometimes thinker, and you can come up with decisions or things to do pretty quickly. So people find that to be very attractive about you. At the same time here, oh my god, you're really sexy. I find it to be really sexy. So you're very generous, and it makes you like overall a very good person. So you have like a lot to share. I can see here great leaders, or having, you know, someone with great leader capabilities. You're very fair as well, and I feel like people tend to look at leaders in a very sexy way. It's not for naught that people are saying, you know, when you have like a manager or when you have like someone, you know, in the higher rank, that a lot of people tend to like these people. And the reason is because they have managing skills, they have like skills that not everyone has, which makes you automatically sexier than other people. So at the same time, there is something about you that a lot of people, oh my god, look at this, we've got the Emperor. You've got like this king vibe around you, okay? But at the same time, I feel like you see people who are in need and who are in need of your help. So many people find that to be very attractive as well. But there is also a side of you that not many people see. And because you're a little bit private in certain things, people find that to be attractive as well, because you don't place anything like on a billboard and spill out the beans or something like that. You are very private when it comes to certain stuff, and people tend to appreciate that a lot. Now, as I said, like we have here the Emperor card, which shows that many people see you maybe as the father figure in generally. If you are a woman looking at this, it could be that you're the mother figure. So many people find that to be very attractive because they know that you've got like that protective energy around you. They feel safe around you. They feel comfortable around you. And so they know like when you're around, it almost feels like to them that nothing can happen to them. You are there, so they're safe and they're protected. And within relationship, this is amazing to have. You know, someone that you actually feel safe to, feel comfortable with, is someone that you're really going to enjoy. So yes, I would say like seeing these cards, we're getting to the part where you're definitely heading towards a sexiness. So let's get a little bit more cards. So we have here the Wheel of Fortune. Many people find you to be lucky, fortunate. I wouldn't say like a fortunate. It might be in terms you might be a wealthy person, but also someone who just has luck on their side. It always seems to work out for you no matter what you do, and you always seem to make the right decision that leads people in the right direction. You always seems to come up with the right ideas for certain things. So your overall vibration brings a luck, and who doesn't want to be around someone who brings luck, who brings solutions to their life. We also have here the Ace of Cups, which shows me that to a lot of people you open their heart. There is something about them that, or something about you that gives other people hope. Hope in humanity, hope in people. Because you're this kind, you're showing people that things can be different. So in many ways, people see hope in you, which is actually really sexy. So let's move on further than your reading to see why people find you to be attractive as well. So we have your dream, sweet, sleep deep. I feel like there is something, as I said, like there is something about you that is almost unreal, almost like untouchable. People find it to be really sexy because they cannot grab like the whole you. You need to know you longer before you see like the whole you. And I feel like the more they dive into it, the more like they get surprised by how many good traits you have. So it's like a wow factor overall with you. I don't like what you're doing here, group number 2, but you've got people like really in awe. And as the first card said, there is like this peaceful energy surrounding you here, group number 2, which makes it really, it draws people in. It makes it really, it feels good for people to be around you. So that's kind of like one of the things that makes you really attractive to the rest. So let's see what else we can get here for you. Stimulation, we've got here chilly. So in one way or another, you tend to stimulate people around you. You tend to bring the spark in people. As I said, like people find hope in you. You bring out the spark in people. You get people excited. You get people moving. And I feel like that's one thing that people adore about you. They really adore about you. And you seem to be the carrier of love. I feel here a lot of people fall in love with you. Overall, I feel like with the physique, with these traits, not that we've talked a lot about like physiques, but with these traits, you're getting to be a very attractive person. And people always say, yeah, you know, you have to rate me on my physique, but most of the time, even when someone could be like dang hot on the outside, but they have like, you know, crappy traits or something, they end up not being attractive at all. We have your communication, and we already talked about this. You're very, very good in communicating, stimulating people into doing things. So it makes you very attractive. The way you communicate, you're very smart. We have your transcend. Within transcend, you can see here the movement that you bring into lots of dynamics. That is what makes you sexy. We have also here worthy, showing me that you're very confident, you know your worth, and it makes you sexy. But also at the same time, you let people know how much they're worth, and that ends up making them, you know, you sexy to them as well. Because not many people pay attention to that. And we have advocate. This is it. You advocate for the people and you stand up for people who needs it, which makes you extremely sexy. So reading you here from these things, from the sexiness. So I would say here, overall, comforting. Overall, you bring in the love. You have like a lot of luck. You can like have all like the leader's quality. I would rate you. It depends like what you like in people, but most of the people like leaders and good leaders. I would rate you between a 7 and an 8. Yes. So that's like what I'm going for. 7 and an 8. If you disagree, let me know in the comment box down below. If you happen to like this video, give this video a big thumbs up. And if you're new here and you like what you see, consider subscribing to my channel. I would really love to have you around. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye! Hi there, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So here, because you're drawn to this beautiful yellow and brownish feather. So let's see from who it is and what makes you very attractive to others. So it's on the flickers. So yes, I can see here what makes you very attractive is actually your body. And this is the first one that I had like with a body, but I can definitely see maybe you are curvy or maybe there is something about your body, but I can definitely see here your body is what makes you extremely attractive to other people. So I cannot like say more or less about this. You're a very attractive person seeing this because your body's, your physique is the first thing that we see. A lot of groups have like character traits. You're the first group who had like the body. It's like one thing that I'm seeing like straight away. So the body, the way your body is very, very attractive to so many people. So as plain as it is, you're someone who we rate as attractive. When seeing you, we see someone who's attractive. A lot of people we find attractive, and then when we get to know them, we find them to be more attractive or less attractive. And with you, it starts with, wow, you're dang, you're hot. And whatever comes like from your traits makes you less or more attractive. So, but the first thing here, what people see is use your body, whether that's curved or not. They find you very attractive. So in human nature, you know, language, you are one of the attractive people around us. And yes, you know, you might get a lot of attention. You might be like one of the popular. You might be one of the people that many people want to be around with. So yes, let's see what's happening here. We have here the Nine of Pentacles, which shows me that you might be someone who just has it all. You might wear some things that are expensive. You might like class, style, fashion, things like that. People find that to be attractive about you. At the same time, I can see here that you might not be someone who's always round and about with everyone and acting super, super popular. Even though if you are, you're not maybe like one of the types that's like always out there and just enjoying that attention and kind of like that. You're someone who's like more laid back, and people find that to be attractive, that you're not acting like you're super, super aware that you're attractive. Like, you know, you kind of like get what I mean. Also with the Hanged Man, I can see here that you have a different type of opinion in regarding to other people, regarding to sexiness. I feel like you are a little bit more toned in, that you have a very open-minded view on things, and that really strikes people, and people like that about you. So that is one of the things that people find really attractive about you as well. Now, first and foremost, people like that you are a very lovable person to be around. So it might also be something regarding your voice that is soft and sweet or something like that. I see here a very soft energy surrounding you. So that is something that people find to be extremely attractive about you. They find your overall physique, your voice, something like that's cute and sexy, to be very attractive. Next up here we have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Three of Pentacles. And we have the Six of Pentacles. Now, what makes you attractive to a lot of people is you might have a lot, but you're also giving a lot. You're very generous. You're also sharing. You're good at teamwork, but you also know where you're headed in life. So you not only maybe have the beauty, but you also have the brain. And that's a combination that people tend to not see a lot, or find it difficult to, you know, comprehend or something. Sometimes you think, oh, you know, when you're beautiful, you must be stupid as well. But with you, it's like the whole package, and you're extremely sweet. You're like, that's something that I'm getting. You're extremely sweet, and people find that to be very, very attractive. And that comes off in that being generous to other people, being kind to other people, and being considerate, like really talking polite and being very polite to other people. Like, politeness is something that you have, and that is something that people notice, and it tends to be very attractive to a lot of people as well. So let's look further down your reading to see what else we might be getting. So you have the Justice card. So aside from just being who you are and being kind, you also are someone who seeks the truth and who stands up for the truth. Now, you might also be someone who hates lying and who also find it really important to speak your truth, but to also hear the truth from other people. And that is something that people really value about you. They know that when you're around, you're gorgeous, you're talented, you're sweet, you're kind, and you're honest. They know they can trust you, and that is something. Trustworthiness is something that shows off like sexiness, like almost like high rated here. You also are very, very healthy. Now, combining that with a beautiful physique, you might have like a great glow, a great tan, or something like that. People see, healthy people as being very, very sexy just because it's like in our DNA to search for people who actually are healthy to make offsprings with. So yes, showing that you have like a great healthy body and also, you live up to it does make you really sexy. So let's look at the other cards in your reading to see what else might comes up. So you have your acceptance, and when within this, I can definitely see here that you're not someone who has assumptions about things or people before meeting them and stuff like that, and that makes you pretty attractive because, as I said, you have a really open mind regarding people and stuff like that. So people feel like they can really be who they are around you, that they can relax around you regarding your own physique. Even if people are intimidated by you because the way you look and the way that you are, you really make them feel comfortable the second that they walk into a room or that they walk into your space, which makes you great, which makes them feel like, they're worthy of your attention and your space, because that can be very intimidating. But it doesn't mean that you don't have confidence. It shows that you have a lot of confidence, and how could you not? Because you are extremely beautiful and you look amazing, but you also are a strong-willed person. So I can see here, even though you have like all of these soft sides, you are also a very confident person. So which is making you now extremely sexy. Like you almost like have like all the compatibility, like we also here with a peacock feather, which also stands for beauty, but we also have your inside. You're smart as well. Like, dang, like group number 3, like what else? Like, can you like leave something for the other groups? You kind of like almost like have all the qualities that people are looking for. And you're very, very passionate about things. You have like this energy that motivates people and that makes people listen to you quite easily. You can see here, people listen to you because you have like this soft way of telling people things and showing people direction and stuff like that. People really trust you overall. So let's look at the last part of your reading before rating you. So let's see what's happening here. We've got here happiness. Oh my god, so cute. We have here happiness, and for you, you can see here that overall you're a very happy and upbeat person, which makes you extremely sexy because you don't complain. You're not someone who complains a lot. You're happy with the things that are happening in your life, and that's good. You live just, by day. You look at the future, you look at the past, but you don't get stuck upon them. Overall, it doesn't mean like you don't have like your ups and downs. We have abundance, which already shows like you have a lot. You have like a lot of things going on for you, which makes you overall attractive because people want people who have like their things in order. And lastly, we have a sweet corn. And with this sweet corn, I can definitely see here that you're a very structured person. You like to do things your own way, your specific way, and that makes you at the same time sometimes a little bit quirky to some people, which in altogether makes you, I would say here within this group, I'm going to rate you almost like a 10 out of 10, and it shows a little bit of a perfection or thing. It's not like that, but in the opinion, you are really a 10 out of a 10. People finding you very, very attractive here in this group. Wow, amazing. Love this reading. So group number 3, there you have it. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and let others know what pal you choose. And if you think I'm right by giving you this rate, if not, also let me know in the comment box down below. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye! Hi there, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So you're here because you're drawn to this beautiful yellow feather. So let's see who this feather belongs to and what makes you attractive, and in the end we'll get to rate you and how attractive you are. So you are the canary. So yes, one thing that I find here that people find really attractive about you is that you're kind of like petite here. So most people in group number 4 will be a little bit petite, and it draws this kind of like protection vibe, especially if you're a female, that people tend to want to protect you because you are petite. So because you're short, literally people find you to be attractive. Yeah, I cannot like say anything else about that, because shortness, some people might tend it to be, you know, a silly thing, but a lot of people find that to be pretty attractive. In other terms, I can also see here that you might have really beautiful long hair or beautiful hair that's very luscious, and people find that also very, very attractive about you. And at the same time, you are someone who might have a beautiful voice. You might sing really beautiful or something like that, that people might find to be very attractive about you. And you might have a good sense of rhythm, and that might sound crazy, but someone who can dance, who feels the rhythm, who moves to the beat is very sexy. But I'm not going to rate you, as I said. We're going to look into your other cards and your other traits and see why people find you to be very attractive. So yes, let's see. Or very attractive, why people find you to be attractive. So first up here we have the Four of Cups, which shows me to most you don't quite stand out easily, so it takes time to notice you. So in that way, I would directly say you are not maybe to most people very, very attractive, because people tend to overlook you. With the Page of Swords here, I'm seeing here group number 4, that also people tend to not see you. You're someone who is very intellectual, very smart, but to some people it might be a little bit to the nerdy side, that people find that to be a little bit intimidated. Sometimes when you're too smart, people find it to be a little bit intimidated, or people don't know how to deal with your smartness. Also, you might tend to be a little bit of a hermit, which shows that you have like your own kind of like way of doing things. You would like to be alone, which tends to emphasize the part that people tend to not notice you, because maybe you're one of the people who don't want or who don't like to be noticed, which correlates with each other, but which makes you not very how you say noticeable. But at the same time, we're getting here a lot of good cards regarding yourself, because in the basic, you are a very self-confident person. It almost seems like you don't even care what other people think about you. You don't care if you don't get seen or something like that. It shows here that you're very confident about your own, like who you are, and that makes you to some people very, very sexy. Okay, so let's look further down your reading to see what else is happening here. So we've got here the Star, and we've got here the High Priest. So you can see here, to some people, you're really hard to reach or even to read. People don't know sometimes what to do with you or what you're thinking. So in places, sometimes you might be a little bit awkward. They just don't know what's going on, what's happening. But I still see here that you're not like at your up game. I still see here that you have some glowing up to do. So at the same time, it almost seems like you are against the whole glowing up thing. It might not be applying for every one of you guys, but I'm seeing here a little bit of resistance within this. So it might be that you guys want to be different, and you guys all like to be different, and that you guys don't even care what other people think, and that physique and things like that are less important to you guys. Now, whatever it is, whatever makes you guys happy, right? You don't have to meet everyone's needs, and you are who you are. The Queen of Pentacles shows me, however, that you guys are very grounded. You guys, as I said, like, you guys know what you want to do and stuff like that, and it just makes you careless about what other people think. At the same time, you have a lot going on for yourself, and it almost seems like your success, your things that are happening to you, you're trying to keep to yourself. So you might have a lot going on. There might be, a lot going behind the scenes, but it seems like you want to keep that to your side, to yourself, and not showing that to the world. But the people that are noticing you are noticing your hair, are noticing that you're petite, are noticing things about you that they'll like. But it almost seems like it's hard for them to actually bond with you and to get to really know you, because sometimes you are pushing that away. Maybe because you're not ready, or maybe just because you don't want to. Though we have here the card of prosperity, showing that people find you to be very sexy, because some people notice that things are going great with you and they find that to be very attractive. Although you're holding back, I can see here people are starting to noticing you a little bit more than you might wish. And so you're fighting to keep those people up again. What's happening with you, group number 4? Let me know in the comment box down below. We also have here safe travel. So I can see here that the reason why people find you to be attractive is at the same time the reason because you're unavailable, because you are a little bit hard to reach, whether that's actually because you're traveling abroad or because sometimes you're keeping your social media off and you're not sharing things. You seem to be a little bit off the grid here. So yes, that's like a completely different group here that I'm getting. But hey, each their own, and I'm loving this vibe of this group, showing that we all have like our different kind of like silly traits. It's cute. So let's see, we have here leadership. So I can see here when it comes to leading people, leading group, you are sexy. And that's like when you're starting to stand out. I can see here the more you mature, the more you become like this secret leader, because there's a lot of things going on internally here with you, but not many people are seeing it yet. And the moment people start seeing it, I feel like it'll become more and more in the spotlight, and more people will start to kind of like wanting to be around you. There is a way about you that you stimulate people. I feel like you arouse certain people without even knowing it. Here, group number 4, it might seem silly, but I feel like you arouse certain people without them even knowing it, and I feel like they don't like to say that. But you're definitely, it almost seems like you are working here internally and that things are kind of like changing for you. We have your wholeness, and with that wholeness, I can see here that you're becoming more and more yourself, which is making you more attractive to people around you, and people are starting to noticing this. Even though like I feel like here we're dealing with someone who might have not paid a lot of attention in the past within things, but suddenly you are moving into that direction, even with a little bit of resistance of yourself. You are moving towards that direction. People are starting to noticing you here, group number 4. We have also here desire, and I feel like secretly a lot of people want to have what you have. And the thing about it is, I feel like you look good, you look great, but you tend not to pay attention to it. You tend to ignore it, and people tend to be jealous about that. Like, I cannot like really explain it. Sometimes like someone looks good, like, they wake up, they like just look great, but they don't pay attention to anything, but still they look great, and other people like have to do like all the things, and people are a little bit jealous about that as well. And they wish they could be like this easy, like at all. So yes, let's move on to the last part of your reading before rating you guys. What makes group number 4 sexy? We have acceptance, which absolutely, guys, this is what you guys are doing. You're accepting who you are. You're not doing like a lot of stuff. You're kind of like wearing the natural look maybe, or something like that, and that makes you very attractive. You're on your own journey regarding what other people might tell you, might say to you, you know, you have to do this, you have to do that. You are still on your own journey, and you're very much honoring that, which makes you very attractive to a lot of people because you're standing your own ground. There is a little bit of an angelic vibration around you, so you might have like this destined, almost like kind of like energy around you, you know, you just walk your path like no matter what other people say. Micronism, I feel like it's the little things in you that people find attractive. So group number 4, if I had to rate you at this moment where you are in your life and seeing how people find you to be vaguely or something like that, I would definitely rate you between a 4 and a 6. It's not really high because I can see here that people do not see your beauty as you would like them to see, or maybe even as you are, because they find it really hard to kind of like see through you or something like that. So, not to offend, but if you are disagreeing with me, let me know in the comment box down below what it should be. I know that it's just a fun reading. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading, and if you did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And if you're new here and you like what you see, consider subscribing to my channel. I would really love to have you around. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!